raging rains that bite into skin as the ocean broiled. Two small women walking along the cliffs, along the surging sea, reaching to the hill of calling Puakea, to the great cliff that went up, the cliff of Kee, to the big cave at the top where sat two mo'o women looking down. Hello? So far we've come, so far to go. But on this cliff we cannot move without the voice of the beloved man that we have come to meet, never seen. I call to you, hello. So cold, friendless, please speak. We are so cold. Oh, she's cold. Yeah, she's cold. For all I care, she can freeze down there. If you try to come up this cliff, you will die. Yeah, and so will that withering little vine lady with you, and the other one, the Akane, the pretty one. Die! Die! And behind her, a voice. Iaka, it is I hear you. Oh, please climb and free me. Ah! Beloved is the voice that we have come so far to hear on the gusting wind. Oh, I called to you. You have called back. Perhaps I die today, but for that voice I would chance it all. We have come for you, dear man, for you. Oh, she comes to Kauai to talk of love. You fool, she won't answer you. That little thing down there, impossible. Yeah, and if she tries, she's not only young and stupid, she's ugly. Ugly. Come, Hii, come and free me. Oh, man, so far have I come. This is my moment of wondering, can you? Are we too late? Will you live? Oh, Iaka, I hear you. Here in the cave on the cliffs of Kalalau, I speak to you. I am not alive. I am possessed. An object, not in life, held. I pray that you can come and free me. Oh, beloved man, not yet a husband. You that I would hold on cold nights. You that I would wrap myself around on long nights. You that I would confess to as a friend on this twilight of all nights. I have come to give you life. Oh, I am quaking. He of the uplands, he of the lowlands, come. Cold is it below, here in my arms is the warmth you crave. I am so touched by your aloha for me. Ah, he's inviting her up, as if it's a living room and you can just have her in. Forget it. If you crawl this cliff, you will die. All roads are closed to you. You will die, yes. And that Aikane with you, I will grind her bones to dust with my teeth. Hear my words. Frozen, cold, alone, soaking. We are coming. We have heard the voice of welcome. We have invitation. Make way. We are coming. Well, Hideomau, stay with me. Where I move, you move. We move as one body. We may yet see this sunset come. And then Hi'iaka began to crawl up the cliff, hand hand over hand, climbing up the cliff. And as she climbed, then came down the rain of stones. Stones breaking left and right, pushing to the left, pushing to the right. A stone hit her in the head. Ta! She began to dance again. Up the cliff she climbed along. Up she went, and then came down the rain of logs, of limbs, of wood, crashing, creating, one in the head, rapping. Lohiau Mao swinging like a rag doll behind her. She began climbing again. It seemed to Lohiau Mao that her intensity grew and that all the stones would begin to pulverize. Everything was shattering in front of her as Hi'iaka set her voice up and began to crawl the cliff. Halfway up she stopped. She said, "Stay with me. Come up higher around my waist. Free yourself of the skirt. Do not get caught in the fury of the skirt." And again she started crawling up, looking to the top. Lohiau Mao looked to the left. There was no more sun. The sun was gone with black clouds. A storm was cutting, scraping heaven, hitting against the cliffs. Pa! The storm broke, came down a waterfall. She began to crawl again. And as the wind wailed, the storm screamed. Lohiau Mao heard another sound, screaming coming, looked up, one left and one to the right, coming down. The two mo'os, free falling, eyes blazing, mouth open, claws extended, tail wagging. Dash, dash, splash to the skirt. Their bodies were blown apart. Blood splattered across the face of the cliff. Body, limbs, and parts and tails fell past the two women, hit on the rocks below as the ocean covered them up. But as Lohiau Mao watched, the limbs of the mo'o reassembled. Crawling faster than ever. Hi'iaka to Lohiau Mao. If this goes poorly and you should fall, do not fear, for Pa'uapala'a will catch you. For wrap you in the vines, you cushion your fall, you can escape frailly. Oh, you are the best of friends. You not only have me on your back, you have those two mo'o attacking you from left and right. Perhaps I should give myself as a willing sacrifice. Now, never say it. That's ridiculous. You are not a weight upon me, and it would be more of a burden if you were pulled away from me. Now stay away from that skirt and move with me. By then the mo'o were back. They jumped upon her. Ta! One had her around the neck. Others were scraping and biting and clawing at her to tear her apart. The pain was so great, Hi'iaka pushed off. Limbs, tails, wings, claws, all falling. And then the skirt again. Ta! Ta! But they did not reach the bottom. They reassembled themselves even quicker. Hi'iaka, if this does not go well, know that I have loved you ever since the beginning. You are my best of friends. By then the mo'o were around. Our ancestors say that today you die. Yes, today you die. Your only hope is to go down the mountain. Give up. Renounce the man. The man is ours. And then behind, Hi'i, please, a little higher. You will find me. Come quickly. And Hi'iaka. You have not vanquished me, and your strength is waning. I can feel it. My name is IAKAIKAPOLIOPELE. Do you think I'm afraid of you? You will see who is ugly. Your bodies will lie at the bottom of this cliff. Bring it on. Tearing again, they were tearing at her. Again, she pushed them out into the sky, but this time like a pendulum, they swung out, reassembled, and then swung back. Ah! One had her around the neck, the other 3 limbs were around her arms. She could not move. The other one, around her hips, was pulling at the sash that held on the skirt. That was in Puakea, the leaf plant lady. Never says a word the whole story. All of a sudden, from tail to head, they're wrapped in the pala'a, the fern. Not only that, but the vines began to crawl inside their eye, up their nose, totally closed their mouth. They could not breathe. The grips released. They began to fall, clawing their way through the pala'a fire. Oh, they are very strong. If this goes poorly, maybe I will never see you again. Come close. One kiss to say farewell. But before the lips could touch, fighting again, Hi'iaka, one in the face, pa! They fell, but not far. Down below, she said, I'm almost gone. My breath is gone. One more time. By now, one had her by the foot. The other one was clawing up into her thigh. She turned around. They're gone. And she threw the skirt, which covered the mo'o completely. And then the cry came. And they're totally disintegrated, blown apart, annihilated, and banished from this world, never to return. And that is how IAKAIKAPOLIOPELE and the lightning skirt of Halima'o vanquished the 2 mo'o from the cliffs of Ke'e. Whew. With that, the rain stopped, the clouds parted, the wind was stilled. Hi'iaka saw the sun was almost setting. Oh, great orb of heaven, hear my prayers, grant me my wish. Freeze just another moment gently in the sky. Give me time to claim the body and the spirit of Lohiau before it is too late. Cause, please, hear me. Pause. And the sun on the sky stopped. Up the cliff, into the cave. Beautifully adorned, who has time? She looked, there's the body. Lohiau, where be you? I am here, Hi'iaka. Oh, back here, Hi'i. Come, quickly. She walked down into a tunnel, right? No light at all, but she knew that she had found his spirit. Because there was a small container of coconut husk, string, and some feathers. But over it, in the darkness, arched a rainbow. And Hi'iaka and Wahine O'Ma'o sat together as the sun set, and they were soon covered with inky night. Pa'opala'a. Take the body and the spirit of Lohiau back to the tea leaf hut. And now, my love, hold me around the waist again, or we can go home. And Hi'iaka stepped into the blackness. The skirt cushioned their descent. And soon they were sitting together in the tea leaf hut. And that is how IAKAIKAPOLIOPELE claimed Lohiau and his spirit. And now we will see how she brought them together to give him life.